Zhang Yang, Zhang Yan, and the Heishan Bandits. Zhang Yang was a brave and merciful warlord whose loyalties were towards the Han Emperor. Zhang Yan was the leader of the Heishan Bandits. He led a local bandit group that rose up alongside the Yellow Turbans to a confederation that was able to hold off the Han. He later chose to surrender to Cao Cao, which secured him safety in his twilight years. Being a native of Bing province, Zhang Yang is first recorded in holding a mid-level position under its governor Ding Yuan. He followed direct orders from Jian Shou until He Jin arrested him and had the eunuch executed. Following the loosening of central government control caused by the Yellow Turban Rebellion, bandits and rebels sprung up everywhere. Under new orders, Zhang Yang was sent to fight bandits in Shangdang Commandery. One such bandit group rose to power in the hills of the Taihang Mountains, under leadership of Zhang Niu Zhui, also known as Oxhorn Zhang. Another was led by Zhang Yan, who at the time was named Chu Yan. He was from Changshan Commandery and was brave, fast, and agile, and so was known to his men as Fei Yan, meaning flying swallow. He and his men pillaged Shanzi, and then joined forces of Zhang Niu Zhui, with the latter taking on the role of superiority. They attacked Julu Commandery in 185, where during a raid on a town, Niu Zhui was mortally wounded by an arrow. Before his death, he instructed his men to follow Chu Yan, who then changed his family name to Zhang in honour of his fallen master. Zhang Yan very quickly became the chief of all the bandits east of the Taihang Range. He set up a confederacy for the tribes, whereafter they became known collectively as the Heishan Bandits. Under his great leadership they prospered, steadily growing to numbers said to reach 1 million. Following the successful raids in Changshan, Shou, Zhongshan, Shandang and Heinei, they were pushed away from the capital by Zhu Jun, but Han forces could not control the situation north of the Yellow River. The overstretched Han government was forced to surrender to the bandits, so Zhang Yan was officially promoted and granted the right to appoint officials in his territories. This brought the group within the administration, although it didn't last for very long. He Jin correctly worried about his own downfall, so in anticipation he rallied many regional warlords to his side. Ding Yuan went to Luoyang along with Lu Bu, but they arrived late. Ding was soon killed by Lu Bu, who then presented his head to the new rising power of Dong Zhuo. The breakdown in government that Dong caused whilst in power led to the Heishan bandits returning to their former activities. Zhang Yang also took the opportunity to seize Shandang for himself, but he lacked the power to do so. His temperament was known to be mild and merciful, and under Zhang Yang there were no harsh punishments. He aligned himself with Yuan Shao during the coalition against Dong Zhuo, but was not given any significant duties. After the coalition collapsed, the Heishan bandits sided with Gongsun Zan, and thus attacked the commanderies of his enemies. Around this time, Zhang Yang was approached by the Xiongnu leader Yu Fu Luo. He had been sent south earlier in the year 184 to assist the Han against the Yellow Turbans. When the Han interfered with their traditional election process, the southern Xiongnu dissented, and by now they had expelled Yu Fu Luo from their lands. Soon, however, the southern Xiongnu ceased to exist when an elderly king became its head of state. Yu Fu Luo, who had found no support from the Han Empire, rose up in revolt. He asked Zhang Yang for assistance in 191, but Zhang's refusal to betray the empire led to him being kidnapped by them. Yuan Shao eventually defeated Yu Fu Luo and rescued Zhang Yang. After the rebellion was put down, Zhang Yang was made administrator of Heinei by Dong Zhuo, and Yu Fu Luo became a wandering mercenary. In the same year, the Heishan bandits attacked Yuan Shao's associate Cao Cao at Dong Commandery, but they were defeated. In early 193, the Heishan bandits and a contingent of southern Xiongnu, led by Yu Fu Luo, aided Yuan Shu. Shu was driven out of his original territory at Nanyang by Yuan Shao's ally Liu Biao. Fleeing north to Chen Liu, they soon encountered Cao Cao's forces, who swiftly defeated the allied bandits and forced Yuan Shu back south. Zhang Yang provided shelter for his friend and Dong Zhuo's killer, Lu Bu. He was a wanted man on the run who was being recalled to the capital by Li Jue to face his crimes. He soon left, however, to assist Yuan Shao, whose headquarters at Yi was stormed by the Heishan bandits. Ye Du, also known as Poison Ye, led his bandit forces to assist Yuan's local rivals, where they killed Yi's administrator Li Cheng and captured Yuan Shao's family. The Han court issued a ceasefire between Yuan Shao and Gongsun Zan, allowing Yuan to focus his furious retaliation on suppressing Yi. He welcomed the mighty Lu Bu into his ranks, along with his Wu Huan and Ziyu Shugei troops, as he led a campaign which ended Ye Du and many other Heishan bandit leaders. Lu Bu marched some 150 miles through the Taihang Mountains, destroying Heishan camps as he went. The hills to the south became cleared, but at Changshan, Zhang Yan received the backing of various Xiongnu and Wuhuan groups. Zhang Yan, with his 20 to 30,000 soldiers and several thousand cavalry, fought for 10 days, which led to heavy casualties on both sides. The Heishan Bandits suffered the most from the fighting, but Yuan's troops were also exhausted, so both the opposing armies made a swift withdrawal from the area. Yuan Shao's campaign may have suppressed the Heishan threat on his western flank and diminished their prospects in the south, but they continued to hold out in the north, especially in Changshan Commandery. Things soon became settled, whereafter Lu Bu returned to Zhangyang. During this time, many of Zhang's generals had been paid off by Li Jue to betray Lu Bu. Zhang Yang was honest and sincere to his old friend, and openly admitted the intentions of his subordinates, whilst at the same time secretly protecting him from them. But Lu Bu soon left, and met up with Zhang Miao by the year 194. In 195, Dongcheng arrived in Heinei Commandery with Emperor Xian, who was fleeing from the forces of Li Jue in Guosi. Overjoyed at his hospitality, the emperor rewarded Zhang Yang as the general who pacifies the state. Some point in the coming years, Zhang recommended that the emperor returns to his rightful place at Luoyang, but his entourage rejected this proposal, presumably because the city was in ruins. The next year, Zhang personally escorted the emperor back to the city before he oversaw the reconstruction of the imperial palace. Once his mission was complete, he did not seek to use the emperor for political benefit like many others, instead choosing to return to his post at Heinei Commandery. For his righteous behaviour, he was soon promoted to the Grand Marshal. Lu Bu contacted him again in the year 198, looking for assistance leading up to the Battle of Ziapi. His preparations to assist his friend were cut short when his subordinate Yang Chu assassinated him before attempting to surrender to Cao Cao. Yang Chu himself was in turn killed by Sui Gu, who then joined up with Yuan Shao. The next year, Gongsun Zhu arrived, requesting reinforcements from Zhang Yan. He mustered his men and arrived at Yijing with 100,000 troops. It was too late, however, as Gongsun Zan had already lost the battle against Yuan Shao, lost his citadel, and committed suicide. At the time when Tao was laying siege to Yi during his battles against the Yuan brothers, Zhang Yan made contact with Tao, whereafter he was appointed as the general who pacifies the north. In the summer of 205, when Tao drove the Yuans even further north to the Wuhuan, Zhang Yan brought his 100,000 followers and officially surrendered over to Cao Cao. He was made the Marquis of Angu village, which was inherited by his son Zhang Fang. Their family maintained the fief throughout the following decades. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.